All right, it's Monday, January 31st. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to post this one on LinkedIn. I don't post any of my rantings on LinkedIn. So for the LinkedIn folks, what's going on? I have a podcast. You can just Google it. Just Google my name, Nick Tantaris. You can find it on Instagram under Nick Tantaris or Facebook. Be my friend on social media. I will friend you back. So I want to talk about book banning and about a little bit about Joe Rogan too. But I want to talk about the book banning thing first. Lots of schools across the country, my school district included, have had parents show up and protest certain books that they deem questionable. My school district had a little thing back, I guess, before the holidays about a book that had some homosexual characters in it. A few parents, I'll say a couple parents, showed up to the school board meeting. They made a big deal out of it. They were yelling and screaming. The school board looked into it. They temporarily pulled the books from the libraries of the schools that they were in my district. They did a review, and I'm pretty sure the schools went back into circulation. After some of the parents who were not at the school board meeting heard about what happened, I think a bunch of us got together and reached out to the school board. A couple of us read the actual books and things like that. I have a solution for this problem. So I have a solution for the parents who don't want their children to have access to these books, and I think it's a fair solution. But before that, I do want to say that my kid, my wife and I, we've never censored our kid. She can listen to whatever she wants to listen to. She can read whatever she wants to read. She can watch whatever she wants to watch. When she was little, like 2, 3, 4 years old, if a song came on while we were driving and it had curse words in it, we did not turn it off. We just kept it on. I would sing along to the songs. My wife would sing along to the songs. So in our house, cursing is not a big deal. It's not taboo. And because of that, my kid doesn't curse that much, which is surprising. I'm sure she curses around her friends at school and whatnot, but around us, she slips up, once in a while, but who doesn't? But anyway, we never censored her. We never thought that was a good thing to do as a parent. I just think, when you don't make cursing and violence and things on TV a big deal, it's not a big deal to the kid when that happens later on in life. And knock on wood, she's never gotten into trouble because she watched a violent film when she was 6 years old. So it's it is what it is. So anyway, with that being said, I don't understand why parents want to ban books. Just talk to your kids about it. I mean, some of these books are about the Holocaust. Some of them are about, homosexuality. These are important topics that people should be allowed to read, about. So anyway, here's my solution. At the beginning of the school year when they send home tons of paperwork and the parents have to, fill it out, one of them is, can the nurse give my kid Tylenol if she's not feeling well? And then there's one that we have to fill out. If there's a picture taken at school, the school's allowed to use it on social media. So, parents sign, all these forms, blah, 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 blah. Well, why not have one for the library? And it is, it'll read something like, my kid is allowed to read whatever book she wants to check out of at the library. And for the parents who don't want this, why don't we have a section of books that go on a list, and if your parent does not sign off on you to read the books from that list, then you're not allowed to, check out the book from the library. So the kid grabs the book, walks up to the librarian at the school. I want to check this out. The librarian logs on to the computer. I'm sorry, your parent signed a paper that said you're not allowed to check out the book from the questionable book list. Go home and talk to your parents. If they change their minds, have them call the school and we'll let you check out, the book. I don't understand why a couple parents, and believe me, it's just a couple, want to ruin it for the entire population of a school. I get it. Some topics are uncomfortable, and if you're uncomfortable talking about the Holocaust, maybe there's something else going on in your life that you should think, about. If you're uncomfortable talking about homosexuality, maybe there's something deeper going on, inside of you that you need to figure out for yourself. But to even want to ban a book, it's 2022. I mean, it's not like we're putting porn within the schools. There's not like, Playboy, whatever you want to call it, in the schools. They're just books. They're books. The couple that were that they tried to ban at our school district, I did read up on them, and I saw the pictures in them and whatnot. And you know what? It's not a big deal. It was not a big deal. So anyway, again, my solution: just have a list. Have a list of the questionable books, and if a parent wants to sign off on their kid checking out whatever book they want, then the 98% of the parents who are cool with it, you just sign it off, check the box. My kid can check out the book, whatever, blah blah blah. And then the other 2% of the parents, if they don't want their kids to have access to it, that's fine. But don't ruin it for the vast majority of the population. So anyway, that's my stance on banning books. I just think it's just dumb. I'm looking at my notes here to make sure I hit everything, and I did. So I also want to talk about Joe Rogan's podcast. I have been listening to Joe Rogan for years. Even before he had a podcast, he was on Opie and Anthony show. So that's where I first heard him. So I've been listening to Joe Rogan for probably 20, 25 years. I do not listen to every podcast he puts out. I pick the topics that I want to listen to, and I listen to them. There's certain topics he talks about I'm just not interested in, or there's certain people that he has on, and I'm just like, all right, I'll skip that one. Not a big deal. So let's put it into perspective here. Joe Rogan is a comedian, and he's a shock jock. So his job as a comedian and a shock jock and a podcaster is to shock people. I mean, that's his job. That's his job. The controversy over the COVID stuff, I think he had Dr. Robert Malone, and I forget the other gentleman's name on. Look, I am a man of science. That's my background. I have a degree in microbiology, as most of you know. So when he has people on the air that talk about science stuff, I go look stuff up. I fact checked, just my own, fact check, because I want to learn more. So I take everybody who comes on his show with a grain of salt. But I guess my biggest, one more thing too. I got into, not an argument, but a conversation, and I agree. Joe Rogan's on such a giant platform, and he has so many listeners. He should be using his powers for good, and he's not really. I mean, he kind of is sometimes on some of the episodes, and on some of them he's not. But to want to cancel him, I think, is just not. It's not the right thing. I subscribe to Netflix and to cable, and there's stuff on cable that I don't like. But guess what? I don't watch it. There's stuff on Netflix I don't like. I'm not, interested in certain types of TV shows or whatnot. I don't watch it. And for anyone to get their news from a shock jock or a podcast, that's just dumb. It's just asinine. And I get that there's a certain percentage of the population that's what they do, but no offense, but they're dummies. I mean, they need to go to legit sources. And Joe Rogan's a shock jock, and he's a comedian. And I totally like him too. I get a kick out of his, his whatever you want to call it, his, podcast show, whatever. But to want to cancel him or to cancel your subscription, it's just dumb. Just don't listen to him. There's that service has a billion podcasts and, bands and, things on it. So just listen to something else. And don't get your news from a shock jock. That's just dumb. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's my soapbox for this evening. If you're new to this on LinkedIn, like I said, I don't usually post these on LinkedIn because I curse, and I don't want my coworkers to hear me curse or my customers. But I do curse. I didn't curse tonight. I don't think I did. Anyway, check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Nick Tentaris. That's my name. You can find the podcast there. I do quick little things like this for the heck of it. That's pretty much it. Next one this week, I'm going to try to do TV talk and review a couple shows that we watched over winter, Christmas break, and early in January that I think people might like. I don't know. So anyway, again, happy Monday night. Try to stay warm, everybody, and have a good week. See ya. Bye.